You're about to see quite possibly the most impressive clash of legal minds this court or this country has seen once upon a time. After many years of delay, we're finally about to witness the trial of the Big Bad Wolf. He escaped his jail sentence when his criminal trial for 3 counts of huffing and puffing with intent to destroy, 2 counts of attempted murder by ingestion, 1 count of grandmother impersonation, 4 counts of attempted sheep abduction, and 17 counts of lurking, ended in a mistrial, a result of a giant falling on the jury room while they were determining the verdict. Now, a number of parties have brought a class action lawsuit against Mr. Wolf in an attempt to obtain some monetary compensation for what they feel has been an infringement on their rights by the now infamous defendant. It seems the counsel for the plaintiffs, the antiquated Miss Fairy Godmother, has entered, accompanied by one of her clients, Miss Red Riding Hood, and the young client's grandmother, Miss Grandmother. Hello, Miss Godmother. Any words for EFN?
Mr. Wolf is a depraved, cold, calculating killer. It is only his celebrity status in this forest that has saved him from the hands of criminal justice. His behavior is reprehensible and has completely infringed upon my client's rights to live happily ever after. As you know, I've always fought to ensure that the good people of this forest get the ending they deserve.
That wolf is gonna get it. I'm gonna string him up by his toes and shake him till all his money goes right here. Then me and Granny are gonna get ourselves a nice new condo with a pool and a...
Now, dear, have a seat. That isn't appropriate behavior for television, and we don't want to waste anyone's time. We can't have this trial going on forever, you know. Miss Godmother's clerk's alternative mice after midnight tonight.
Yeah, that's lame. You stink.
Well, I never.
Now she did it.
Ungrateful.
Well, there you have it. Oh, here comes the other parties filing against Mr. Wolf.
Ooh, television!
Yeah, I like microphones. They make my voice loud. Gimme.
Ah, yes, the press. Excellent. Yes, I picked the young plaintiff in this case. I'd be happy to provide an interview if need be.
Oh, well, thanks, but...
Yes, of course. Well, you see...
I didn't say that.
Say, you're Cindy Graham, aren't you? You remember me. You covered the Mr. World Lumberjack pageant last year, didn't you? Well, remember me? I won Best of Flannel and Most Ruggedly Handsome. Yeah, Bill Woodcutter. Boy, sure is good to see you again.
Yes, Mr. Woodcutter. Nice to see you. Ready for this year's pageant, are you?
Sure am.
Hello, Cindy Graham, EFN. I believe you two are.
I'm an old shepherd, and this here is my boy. The boy don't know his manners too well, so we're in a bit of mess, you see. Don't want no trouble, just a little money for some sheep and to pay the medical bill for the boy.
Right then. So you must be the boy who cried.
Wolf, yeah, that's me. What did you? Look, I was just having a little fun, okay? You know, like frying ants with a magnifying glass or blowing up squirrels with homemade explosives.
You shut your mouth, boy. The boy don't mean those things he says. He's just a little, well, boys will be boys, eh?
Right. Well, here he is, the infamous Big Bad Wolf himself. This is a very tense moment in the courtroom right now. Just feel that tension. Oh, my deepest apologies, Mr. Wolf. Sidney Graham, EFN. I'm covering the trial today.
Yeah, I guessed.
So, Mr. Wolf, who's your attorney today and where is he?
She, and I don't know. Apparently, her name's Evil Stepmother. You heard of her? Apparently, she's some big, fancy, high-priced lawyer who's gotten pulled into doing pro bono work she doesn't want to do. I don't blame her. Barring another giant, I don't stand a chance today, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, hey, you never know. Do you have anything you'd like to tell the viewers out there?
I've got nothing to say to the world, and the world's got nothing to say to me.
Okay. Well then.
All rise for the Honorable Judge Wise Old Woman.
Ladies and gentlemen, they say that justice is blind. Well, if justice is blind and bats are blind, then justice must be bad, eh? You may be seated.
The renowned Judge Wise Old Woman is presiding over the case today. Judge Woman is known for her, well, wisdom. She is known to frequently apply her gift as a philosopher to any case. She is also known for her taste for magic beans.
In this court today, we are here to try an individual accused of many heinous acts.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I will ask you all to keep in mind this very important and difficult concept throughout the many grueling hours of this trial. And that concept is guilty is the opposite of not guilty, and not guilty is the opposite of guilty. That's it. Very well. Shall we begin?
Your Honor, sir, I have no counsel.
What? You don't have a counsel? Well, where is it? Did you lose it? Did you check in your pockets, under the seat cushions, behind the refrigerator?
No, sir, I haven't.
What? You don't have a refrigerator?
It's not that.
How do you keep your milk fresh? Oh, you're a lawyer. Yes. Who is that? Oh, she's a lot of fun. Miss Evil Stepmother.
I apologize, Your Honor, everyone, for my lateness. What? Excuse me for just a minute. Well, just stand then. Again, I apologize to everyone.
May I inquire to why you're late, counselor?
You know what? I would come up with an excuse, but really, forget it. I don't do pro bono work, so I'm not that excited about this case, to be honest with you. Plus, I think it's pretty much doomed to failure, so I didn't really prepare a whole lot, and I was kind of pulling some things together at the last minute. And I was up late, yelling at my stepdaughter to clean the cinders out of the fireplace, so I thought I'd sleep in a little and treat myself to a nice, long breakfast with my colleague and witness over there. So, can we get this thing going? I've got a facial scheduled at 5.
Yes, of course, right away. Objection.
The trial hasn't even started yet.
Your Honor, I object to the counsel for the defense's attitude. Clearly, she's making a mockery of this courtroom, and you are allowing it.
Oh, I am? Well, that's not good. Miss Stepmother, a bit of wisdom for you. Being late is wrong. Wrong is the opposite of right. Right is the opposite of left. Therefore, if you're late, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave. That's it. Court is in session. Oh, opening remarks, Miss Godmother.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to correct a grave injustice. By chance, Mr. Wolf was spared the punishment he rightfully deserves. He is a depraved criminal. He has lurked in this forest for years, preying on innocent little girls.
Yeah, shush, child, behave yourself.
Innocent little girls, innocent little pigs, innocent little old women, innocent little boys, and innocent little sheep. My clients have been frightened, threatened, tricked, eaten, and robbed. I'm sure I'm leaving something out. Because of a mere accident, this twisted fiend will not receive the punishment he rightfully deserves. That beast over there must be left with nothing, so we must take from him everything we can. Because he has left my clients frightened and homeless. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Godmother. Miss Stepmother?
Oh, no, I waive it.
What?
Yeah, you heard me. No statement. Thanks, though.
Very well. Moving on.
You're not even going to try? You're not even going to do anything for me?
Look, Wolfie, nobody's going to save you, and even if somebody were going to, it sure wouldn't be me.
Miss Godmother, call your first witness, please.
I'm doomed. I'm going to be robbed blind.
Oh, come on. You did all of it, didn't you?
I call to stand Miss Little Red Riding Hood.
Yes, but why won't anyone understand?
Understand what?
What it's like to have everyone hate you.
Oh.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you, Hans Christian Andersen?
Yeah, sure.
Red, honey, how are you, dear?
I'd be a whole lot better if I had this monster's cash.
Right. Well, now, Red, sweetie, why don't you tell the nice people in the jury what happened between you and the defendant on the day in question?
Yeah, sure thing. Well, you see, I was walking through the woods, minding my own business, trying to get to my grandmother's house so I can bring her some bread because she's old and sick and stuff. And then out of nowhere, out jumps this big, creepy wolf, and he pretends to be all nice and stuff. And I know he's scary, so I'm like, back off, Wolf. And he's like, no, come on, I'm all nice and stuff. Why don't you take the shortcut or whatever to get to your granny's house? I'm like, well, actually, shortcuts are good. I hate walking. It's for losers. And I guess this wolf wouldn't just make up a shortcut or whatever. So I start walking, and it turns out the stinking wolf did make it up. He gave me like a long cut or something so that he could get to my granny's house and eat her.
My word, he ate her grandmother. I'm so sorry for the child. What happened next?
Well, then he dressed up as my granny and got in her bed.
What? That is appalling. What sort of perverse reason could you have had for doing this?
He wanted to trick me into thinking that he was my granny, and when I got close enough to the bed, he ate me.
Ate you too? Consumption of a live human being is a felony, ladies and gentlemen, and an obvious deprivation of one's basic rights.
Oh, it was terrible. Until Mr. Woodcutter got us out, it was so dark and clammy and acidic in there.
It sounds horrible, dear.
Oh, it was. Oh, I can't take it.
There, dear. Why don't you just go and sit back down?
Okay.
Objection! I haven't cross-examined the witness yet.
Oh, but she's so sad.
Yes, absolutely too sad to be questioned. I'm sorry.
Now, wait a minute here. You can't do that. I have a right to cross-examine the witness.
But I'm too sad, see?
Yes, according to Clause A, Section 12345 of the Legal Code 22F, extreme sadness may excuse a witness from further testimony.
Well, if that's the case, then
You just made that up.
the witness is excused.
What?
The witness is excused. Please sit down, Miss Stepmother. Ha!
I can't believe this.
Miss Godmother, call your next witness, please.
Yes, I call this stand Mrs. Grandmother Hood.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you, Hans Christian Andersen?
You betcha.
Thanks, Granny.
I'd prefer Mrs. Hood, please.
Right, now, Mrs. Hood, tell me something. Do these things belong to you?
Why, yes, those are my things.
And what were you wearing the day you encountered the defendant?
Those items.
Anything else?
Just my undies, dear. That's none of your business.
I see. Now, Mrs. Hood, is it correct that when the defendant encountered your granddaughter, he was wearing these same items?
Well, not all the exact same items. I had a spare nightgown and bonnet, but only one pair of glasses.
And at this point, he had eaten you. Is that correct?
It most certainly is.
So the defendant not only ate an old lady and her granddaughter, but insisted that you remove your eyeglasses before he did so?
Yes, it was terrible.
Terrible. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we've heard that word before, haven't we? Mrs. Hood's granddaughter described the events in the same way, and quite frankly, I think they're being kind, as it is in their nature to be. So the defendant not only ate an old woman and her granddaughter, but insisted that the old lady remove her desperately needed eyeglasses. Without her ability to see, the kind of psychological strain Mrs. Hood must have endured would have been unthinkable. That's all. Mrs. Hood, your witness.
Thank you, Miss Godmother. Miss Stepmother?
Oh, I can examine this one? Thanks so much. Mrs. Hood, let me ask you this.
Yes?
How did the defendant get you to remove your glasses? Did he just ask you? None of that is in the statement you gave the authorities. Your statement just jumps from the wolf came in to he ate me to then I was joined by my granddaughter in the wolf's stomach. That's all we get. Now, what happened?
Well, actually, I didn't exactly.
I see you're not wearing glasses today. Do you own contact lenses, Mrs. Hood?
Yes, that's correct.
And isn't it true you were, in fact, wearing your contacts at the time Mr. Wolf entered your cottage?
Well, yes, it's true.
Ah, so you were able to see just fine, weren't you?
Yes, I was.
Well, I think I'm just about done here, but I have one more question.
Yes?
What sort of carpet do you own, Mrs. Hood?
In what room?
In your bedroom, of course.
Wolfskin.
Wolfskin. Well, that is fascinating, Mrs. Hood. Who made that carpet?
My late husband and myself.
I see. No further questions, Your Honor. Hey, I said I didn't work too hard on this case. Doesn't mean I'm still not the best there is. Besides, maybe I'll like you a little bit all of a sudden.
Well, that was a stunning turn of events. This case may prove more of a battle for Miss Fairy Godmother than she had planned.
Oh, shut up. The witness is excused. Miss Godmother, care to call another witness?
Yes, I would. I call this stand Mr. Bill Woodcutter.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you, Hans Christian Andersen?
I do indeedy.
Mr. Woodcutter, what do you do for a living?
Well, I'm a woodcutter. I cut wood. I also compete in lumberjack pageants. I just want a basic flannel man.
Yes. So, as a part of your job, you carry an axe. Is that correct?
I certainly do.
And you are licensed to use that axe in case of emergency, are you not?
Yes, I am.
In fact, is it not a part of the woodcutter's code that you must always respond to innocent people in need?
It's part of the code. I uphold that part of the code.
So, in other words, you are obligated to respond quickly and courageously.
Yes, I am.
And so you did, sir. You are a true hero, sir.
Well, thank you, ma'am.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Thank you. Miss Stepmother?
Thank you, Your Honor. Let's talk about this woodcutter's code, shall we?
Okay.
How do you know when there's an emergency in the woods that you need to respond to?
Well, normally if I see something that looks wrong, I respond to it.
I see. You see then, do you? Well, Mr. Woodcutter, would you care to tell me what prompted you to go into Mrs. Hood's cottage that day? There seems to be nothing in the police report about why you went into the house. Did you hear a scream?
Well, no.
Did you see the defendant enter the house and become suspicious?
Well, I was snooping around the house.
Snooping? Whatever for?
I was looking for pie to steal off the windowsill.
But why ever would you do that? I thought you were a hero.
Cutting wood don't pay so good. That's why I do the pageants. But you only win big money if you get first prize. I haven't done that yet. I was hungry.
And then while you were trying to steal something you happened to see in the window, what exactly?
I saw that wolf right there in the old lady's clothes, in her bed, licking his chops.
Well, all right then. Tell me though, how did you know, Mr. Woodcutter, absolutely know for sure that he had eaten Mrs. Hood and that you were justified in cutting him open? Because that is what you did, isn't it? You cut my client open with an axe, didn't you?
Well, yes I did.
How did you know, Mr. Woodcutter? Couldn't Mr. Wolf have just been a friend of Mrs. Hood's that you just didn't know? One who occasionally likes to wear her nightgowns? How did you know that he had eaten them and that the two women weren't simply in the other room?
Well, he's the wolf.
Ah, so you just got to cut him open then, huh? Because he's a wolf.
Well, yeah.
No other reason?
Nope.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Another stirring cross-examination from stepmother. This is interesting.
Shut up.
Why don't we get a commercial?
The witness is excused. Care to call another witness, Miss Godmother?
Yes, I would. I call to the stand the three little pigs.
Objection! You can't call three witnesses at once.
Your Honor, it is essential to my case that the witnesses be called at one time.
It is.
Well, no, but they insist on testifying together.
Why is that? Well, this is unorthodox, but I suppose so. Counselor, why don't you join us? What is it? They aren't? They're, immature?
No, you can say it. They're stupid. They're too
Well, I see no problem. Miss Stepmother?
I think I'm fine with that.
Very well. Three little pigs, please take the stand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you, Hans Christian Andersen?
Who?
What?
Yes.
Good enough. Now, would you each please give the court your names?
Huh? Helena said your name. Oh, my name's One.
Oh, nay, don't you mean...
Don't worry about it.
My name is 12.
My name is 3.
Okay, oh, nay. What happened to you in your house?
Well, I built a house, then it fell over. Now I live in another house.
How did your house fall down?
A fox blew it down.
A fox. Are you sure it wasn't a wolf?
Ah! It's a wolf here. He's gonna huff and puff and eat me.
Calm down, calm down. Now, was that the creature that blew down your house?
Yeah, that was the fox.
Okay, anyway, 12. 12.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Did that creature also blow down your house?
No, I live with 1 and 3 in a nice house. We have a fireplace, a kitchen, and a...
No. Did he blow down your first house?
Yes, it is that guy.
That wolf right there?
Wolf? Oh no, where?
Calm down. You're safe. Now, 3. Would you care to tell your story for the court?
Gladly, my dear lady. You see, my siblings and I had always lived together until last year when we decided to leave our parents and our childhood homes. and build our own ones, not too far from each other, but far enough to grant ourselves a reasonable amount of independence.
I see.
Well, one day, that blasted, bloated, maniacal wolf came around and blew down both my siblings' homes, and they came to live with me out of fear that he might attempt to eat them. We were also frightened for such a time as he lurked outside my home. He barely ate, he barely slept, and our personal hygiene went to the dogs. Look at all this hair on my chin and chin. I haven't shaved in weeks.
Oh, you poor dear, you poor dear.
Yes, it was abominable.
Ladies and gentlemen, these pigs were so frightened they couldn't even shave.
And he told us he would huff and puff and blow down our houses unless we let him in. And he called us little pigs.
Doesn't everyone?
Well, yes, but he said it in a really mean, nasty sort of way, and made me think he was trying to demean us. It hurt my feelings immensely.
Your Honor, I have no more questions. I am too outraged at the defendant's behavior.
Very well, Miss Godmother. Have a seat. Miss Stepmother, your witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. Oh, nay, tell me something.
I once tried to pickle my own feet.
What?
I told you something.
No, I want you to tell me what your first house was made of.
My first house? My first house.
Remember the one you told us about before?
Oh yeah, straw.
I see. And you 12?
I'm not negotiable.
No, I don't want you to just tell me something. I want you to tell me what your first house was made of.
That has nothing to do with me not being a kosher.
No, it doesn't.
That's okay.
Yes. What was your house made of?
Sticks.
And 3, what about the house you constructed? What is it made of?
Brick.
And it hasn't blown over by means of wolf or anything else?
No.
What about your siblings' former homes? Are sticks and... It's up to all the building codes, I assume.
Of course. What do you take me for?
What about your siblings' former homes? Are sticks and straw materials approved by the zoning board?
No, they're not.
Do you think your siblings' homes would have lasted long in, say, a hurricane or a tornado or, well, in a light breeze?
No, I do not.
But they're very safe and cozy now, aren't they?
Yes.
I think I'm just about done, but I have one more question.
Yes?
Did my client ever say he was going to eat any of you?
Nope.
No.
So how do you know that's what he wanted to do? How do you know he wasn't just trying to make sure your homes were safe and secure?
Well, because,
No further questions, Your Honor.
The 3 little pigs. Witnesses are excused.
I have one more witness, Your Honor.
Call him.
I call to stand Mr. Old Shepherd.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you Hans Christian Andersen?
Yes, I do.
Thank you, Mr. Shepherd. Now, would you mind telling the court what it is you do?
I'm a shepherd. I herd sheep.
I see. And could you tell us who that boy is?
That's my boy. He watches my sheep sometimes.
I see. And what did he tell you one day?
Well, there are actually 3 days.
Why don't you just tell us what happened on the 3rd day?
On the 3rd day, he told us that there was a wolf in the field, and none of us came up to help because, you see, 2 days before.
I see. That's really enough. Thank you so much, Mr. Shepherd. Your witness?
I'll be brief, Mr. Shepherd. Why don't you just tell the court what happened the first 2 days you mentioned?
On the first day, the boy cried out that there was a wolf in the field. All of us came up and help, and there was no wolves. And we did the same thing the next day. And so on the 3rd day, none of us don't come up to help because,
I see. So your boy isn't very reliable, is he?
well, I just,
And no one but the boy actually saw my client steal the sheep or threaten the boy.
well, no.
And the only way we could know it was this particular wolf is by hearing what the boy has to say, isn't it?
I suppose so.
This man's testimony is essentially hearsay, Your Honor.
Why are you still talking to him then?
You are excused, Mr. Shepherd.
Does the counsel for the plaintiffs have any further witnesses to call?
No.
Miss Stepmother?
Yes, well, the defense would like to call a surprise hostile witness. The defense calls the boy who cried wolf.
Oh boy, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be good.
Object. Oh, never mind. Come along, young man.
I don't want it.
Afraid you have to, son. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you, Hans Christian Andersen?
I guess so.
Very well. Did you ever on any day see a wolf in the field?
Yeah, on the third day, like the old guy said.
All right. Why did you pretend on the other days?
Well, I thought it'd be funny. It was. You should have seen all their stupid faces.
I'm just wondering why specifically did you cry wolf rather than something else on the days when there was no wolf?
Well, because wolves are bad. Big and bad, you know.
Oh, everyone knows wolves are just naturally bad, huh?
Yep.
But not little boys, huh?
What are you driving at, lady?
Are you aware that a prank emergency call is a crime, young man?
Huh? Yeah, sure. Someone's always trying to ruin my fun.
So you knew you were breaking the law when you cried wolf.
Heck yeah.
But wolves are naturally bad.
Look, I don't need this from you, lady.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Thank you, Miss Stepmother. Miss Godmother?
Look, can I go? I gotta flush some live fish down the toilet.
No questions, Your Honor. Miss Stepmother?
I would like to call an expert witness to the stand. She is a renowned psychiatrist with years of hands-on experience in the deep, dark woods. I'd like to call Miss Muffet to the stand.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you, Hans Christian Andersen?
I don't like swearing.
I'm afraid you must, Miss Muffet.
Okay, I swear.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You may be seated, Miss Muffet.
No.
Pardon me?
I need a tuffet.
A what?
A tuffet, sir. She needs a tuffet.
Oh, will someone go fetch a tuffet, please?
I don't think anyone knows what that is.
Thank heavens, neither do I.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. She's a bit neurotic, but she's the best psychiatrist around. Do you have a tuffet anywhere?
What's taking so long? Miss Muffet requires a
tuffet. I cannot sit without a tuffet.
Right, that. Well, like I always say, there's no such thing as good psychiatry without a sturdy tuffet. What in the name of all that is good and decent is a tuffet?
I'm not sure. I think she's made it up. Why don't we just have her stand?
Very well. Miss Muffet, the state is unable to provide you with said tuffet. Do you mind standing?
But my legs are so tired. I need a tuffet.
Please?
Well...
Oh, this is ridiculous. Just sit already.
Ah! There's a spider in my chair! Ah! A spider! I need some curds away! I need some curds away! Oh no, I need some magic!
A great thinker once said, curds and ways, your day's okay.
Of course, Your Honor. In any event, I apologize for the behavior of my last witness. May I simply call my final witness?
Yes, of course.
I'd like to call Mr. TheBigBadWolf to the stand.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you, Hans Christian Andersen?
I do.
Why don't we keep this brief, Mr. Shepard, or Mr. Wolf?
Very well.
Why don't you just tell the court what you have to say about all of this?
Okay. I'd like to. I'm not sure where to begin. I'm a wolf of very few words, but here goes. When I was a cub, I lived a pretty carefree life. I stayed in the cave mostly and played with my brothers and sisters. Mother brought home some meat every night for dinner, but one night she brought home something different. A human baby. We raised that baby like she was one of her own, and I loved my sister like she was a wolf herself. But one day she went back to live with her people. From that day forward, I swore to always protect creatures of other species and swore off the usual activities of wolfhood and became a vegan. But one day, when I was in a field of sheep looking for dandelions, a boy began to cry out, "Wolf, wolf, he's taking the sheep." I suddenly became enraged. How could this boy suspect me of doing exactly that which I had sworn not to do? I tried yelling at him, trying to tell him that I was a good wolf, but the more I yelled, the angrier I became. In a blind rage, I took his sheep and scared the boy half to death. I ate those sheep that night. After that, I tried to pull my wits together. But every time I tried to pull my wits together and go back to my old ways, but every time I encountered a creature of another species, they would run from me, scream at me, distrust me, or something of the sort. As time went by, I didn't know how else to interact with the world, and I turned to a life of crime. I did all the things I'm accused of, I admitted, but I asked that once, if you show pity, maybe, just maybe, I'll be able to stop. That's all, I guess.
Thank you, Mr. Wolf.
Thank you.
Any questions, Miss Godmother? No. The witness is excused.
Stop the trial! Stop the trial! I saw the television. Live broadcast. My brother!
What?
It's been so long, you don't recognize me?
My sister. What? This is... Can't believe this.
What?
The renowned psychiatrist, Miss Muffet. The courtroom was thrown into the chaos here today as the renowned psychiatrist, Miss Muffet, revealed her true identity as the adopted human sister of the accused. Miss Fairy Godmother delivered a brief closing statement in which she restated the facts brought out by her witness. Miss Stepmother for the defense informed the jury that Mr. Wolf had not been born a criminal, but made one, simply because the society in which he lived had viewed him as such. Now we'll take you back to the courtroom where the jury is about to deliver its verdict.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? We would like you to give us a verdict.
But they haven't even left the room.
Nobody has time for that. Nobody likes jury duty. I know. I wish they would just get it on with all those lawyers yakking and all those witnesses crying and judges. Don't even get me started.
You're not even going to send them out to deliberate?
No, we'll just have them clap. It's much easier, don't you think? Now, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? But first, I have some words of wisdom to impart. Some words that may help you along the way. Like a wise philosopher once said, juries are like submarine sandwiches. They are best with mayo and hot peppers.
Pardon?
Now, are you ready?
No matter what happens, I just want to say thanks.
You know, kid, I'm glad I got forced into this case. I know where you're coming from. I need to talk to my stepdaughter.
When I raise my gavel, I'd like everyone who believes the defendant, Mr. BigBadWolf, is guilty. That is, guilty with a J. Guilty with the G. Everyone who believes the defendant is guilty with the G should applaud as loudly as you can. Now. Very good. Very good. Now. Everyone who believes the defendant is innocent with anyone who believes the defendant is innocent, applaud now. Very good. Very good. Very good. Now, you'll give me a moment to make some calculations. Aha, the jury has reached a verdict. They find the defendant guilty. Wait, I'm not done. I'm sorry. People don't know how to clap. Hung jury, hung jury.
What?
Oh, come on!
This is preposterous. Well, this is nice of folks, don't you think? I mean, we must simply have another trial. My father always said, the cornerstone to good government is compromise.
That's the first intelligible thing you've said. But it doesn't really matter right now. This is a courtroom. We need a decision.
Yeah, what's wrong with you people? I want my money. I want my money. Calm down here.
Order. Order. I will have order in this court. Now, that's just the way it is. As the saying goes, there will always be dust in your vacuum bag, just as there will always be cheese on your pizza. Thank you.
Oh, shut it, you tubbing-loving fiend.
Is there a lesson we're supposed to learn from any of this?
Well, it's hard to learn a lesson when the jury is so indecisive.
No, that's not it. Justice is a complicated thing. It's not easy, and it's not black and white. I know you're a good guy, Wolf, and I'm going to keep fighting for you.
I hope I can be as good as you think I am.
I know you'll try.
Well, I guess I'll be seeing you in court again.
Well, folks, it looks like I'm going to be covering another trial, and with that in mind, I'd best be getting some sleep. This is Sydney Graham for EFN saying, may your ever afters always be happy.
Good job.